This week, I had Before She Was Harriet, which is an NCTE Award for Excellence in Poetry winner. It is written by Les Klein Ransom and illustrated by James Ransom. It is Holiday House Publishing in 2017. It is poetry and a biography. It is 30 pages, and it is for the age group of 5 to 8. This is a story about Harriet Tubman and the life that she lived before she was who we know her as, Harriet Tubman. Each little section of this book starts with before she was this, she was that, and it tells a story of who she was before she was Harriet Tubman. I think this story is great because it's so historical, and it'll help students of a very younger age understand the impact that she had on society and the way that she was able to change the way that we functioned as a society. I also think that the illustrations in this book are very, very well done. I think they're done with pastel paints. I'm not completely sure, but they're very, very, very thick, and they're all very dark paintings as well, which I think is honestly kind of reflective of the time that this was done in and the time period that it was really put together, because this is a very dark time in society, and it was very hard on the people living in this era. I think that this is a great story for children to read, and it would be super helpful for them because they will not only be able to understand the historical aspects of this, but they'll also learn tolerance and how hard you have to work to get something that you're determined in. A book that really reminded me of this was a picture book of Harriet Tubman. It's by David A. Albler, and the reflectiveness of that is that it is a story very similar to this. It just is told with pictures, and it states a lot of the same exact facts, and that's how I found that it related very well to this book. I think that a great activity for this book would be for younger students to draw a picture that's similar to one of those in this book, and what I'd like for it to be is to match one of the stages that's in the book that they talk about. The before she was Harriet, she was this. They would pick one of those and illustrate what they think that looks like, and it needs to be very similar to that of this book because they are very different illustrations, and it would be really great for them to be able to illustrate in a very, very different way, and for them to also be able to illustrate what they had just learned.